Hello again in this installment of Spiritual Wisdom. I'm grateful to all of you who follow me here and have this little community here on YouTube. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope you're doing well. My name is Nicholas and on my channel I talk about witchcraft, Wicca, paganism, self-love, crystals and magical properties. I also do readings on the channel and talk about all matter of philosophical and spiritual topics. If you're interested in those types of things, you know what to do. Please subscribe, join this amazing community and click the bell icon to be notified each time I upload a new video. Now today I'm going to be talking about how everything in this universe is energy. Now we may see things as physical objects, and when we touch them we feel it physically, because there are many worlds beyond this world, but the world we live in is the 3D world, the third dimensional plane. So everything we experience, we trust as human beings what we can see with our physical eyes, because we see things physically, like physical objects. That's how we see them, as physical objects. If we touch something, we experience it as a physical object. And there's ways where if you used an object in not such a good way, but someone feel that. But truth, everything is energy in this universe, and with that there are good energies, good vibrations, and there's not so nice vibrations. Now we can see that with objects. So this is like a shell. I've spoke about shells before in the channel, but like this object here, it's really, as I'm holding it, I feel as if I'm touching a physical object, but I know that my energy is interacting with the energy of this as well. Now, in many magical practices, the right hand, which my right hand here, is used to direct energy, to put energy out. The left hand is used to receive energy. And if some people do it differently. Some people might use their right to receive energy and their left to project, depending on the practitioner. But most people in the magical community, when it comes to energy sensing, like sensing energy or feeling energy, most people use their left to connect. I use my left. Like what I'll do, because I meditated with this shell for like a couple of days, as well. So 21 days I've meditated with this shell. So with the shell, I would hold it in my hand and then just take deep breath in, and then the other hand I would use prayer beads, meditational beads, to keep me in that state. So I would hold one bead to remind me, breathe in, hold the breath, then I'd hold the other bead to exhale, and use the beads to get into that pattern, that rhythm. Because with meditation, it's really letting your body be like a drum, breathing in, and then beating out through your breath. But shells have got that energy of the earth, but also the energy of the sea, the energy of the moon, the energy of water, but also the element of earth as well. But mainly in magic, shells are used to represent the element of water. And then things like crystals. Now, different crystals, all crystals really more often not come from the earth, and they've got that energy of earth, but some crystals correspond to like the fire energy stronger, some crystals the water energy, some crystals the air energy, as well. Earth, air, fire, water. So when it comes to elemental energy, different crystals correspond to the elements. So like red jasper, for example, the stone of willpower and action, this crystal connects to the energy of fire, because fire's connected to will, and we've all got willpower, but red jasper helps strengthen your willpower and helps you get the job done as well, and it boosts your energy. So if you feel quite low in energy, even if you've had a great sleep, you've ate properly, working with red jasper's energy. And like if you wear crystal bracelets, and of course it's important to cleanse them, charge them with your intention, but as you wear them, their energy is going to connect with your energy, and it's going to affect you in a good and positive way. So red jasper as well. So objects such as shells, crystals have got a very high energy, meaning they're very, very powerful vibrations, very powerful energy. And if we connect with their energy, they can teach us things, they can help us transform, change our lives. Now when it comes to magical wands, and I've got quite a few wands in my collection, but don't have a big wand collection, but I do have a few, and as time goes on, I'll continue to get more wands. This technically isn't necessarily a wand, but I use it as a wand. It was gifted to me, so it's a lucky shillelagh. So it's a lucky shillelagh. In Irish culture, people would hang it up, or that's connected to fairies, but also it's a lucky charm. For me, I use this, and I've used it for many years, as a magical wand. And because it's made out of wood, wood being a natural material, it comes from trees. Wood is also a very powerful, high vibrational energy. So everything in this world is made out of energy. Some things have got a very high energy, a high frequency to them. And the language of the universe is frequency, it's energy. So, some things have got a high energy to them, like shells you'll find from the beach, things like crystals, things made out of wood, for example, things made out of wood. Metal, even metal is metal conducts energy, so metal is also a very high vibrational energy. Now, something you can use, but a lot of us as witches or spiritual people, we don't like to use it, but we can if we want to, is plastic. Plastic, it's made out of a lot of chemicals, there's a lot of oils. It's not very environmentally friendly, it's got a lower energy to it, a lower frequency. Now, some practitioners will not store their crystals in plastic because of their beliefs. Me as a practitioner, I've got no problems with that. And so obviously there's no real right or wrong in spirituality. It's just what feels right for you. But everything in this universe is energy. And even as human beings, like, our way of communicating with each other, our way of expressing ourselves is through words, and words have got power. Now, there's some words that have got lower vibrations, like words like hate, I hate you, or I'm angry, or or jealous, envy. These types of energies, they're words, but they're also things that certain individuals can experience. These are very low vibrations, very low energies. Things like joy, happiness, love, these things are very high vibrational, very high energies. Even healing, and it's because we all want to heal in some way or capacity. Even that energy is very high. So everything in this world is energy, and we're all psychic, some more than others. For example, if you were invited to a party or you go to a coffee shop, let's say you go to a coffee shop and there's been people arguing in the coffee shop, you're going to walk in and you're going to feel it's very intense in here. You might feel there's just been an argument. You may feel like it's so intense in this room. You could cut it thin with a butter knife. So sometimes in life you feel the energy of certain things because we're all psychic, some and others. But by doing meditation, by meditating with certain crystals, plants, working with our energy, learning how to do energy sensing, and a great way of doing that, there are many practices to connect with energy, but a great way is like you could rub your hands together, shake them as if they were wet, place them over, or you could do that to start with, and then take a shell or some red jasper, hold it in your left hand, and then meditate with it. Now, as you do this, record your experience. You may feel, as you do the meditation, because I'm very clairvoyant, so when I've meditated with red jasper, now what I could see the god Mars, I could see god Horus, so I could see male deities. I could also see the masculine symbol, and that was red jasper's way of telling me it corresponds with the masculine divine, very strongly. I could also see the planet Mars and the planet the Sun, so that was the crystal's way of telling me it corresponds with those planets. I could also see like images of fire in my mind's eye, so that was the crystal's way of saying it connects with the element of fire. I could also see like toxic and negative people who've hurt me and my family. I could see these people being burned and turned to dust, but that was red jasper's way of telling me it's protective. I could also see someone running, but they were really determined to finish their run and achieve it. So that was red jasper's way of telling me it's very good at helping people achieve their goals, their dreams as well. And I could also see someone saving up money in a bottle or jar, but they were really determined to do it. And I could see, as I meditated, I could see this person getting more determined and they were achieving their goal more and more each day. So red jasper teaches me things, but if you're clairvoyant like I am, the way you're going to feel energy is Spirit's going to reveal things to you through imagery. So you're going to see visions and images in your mind, and then you have to interpretate those images, and it's a way of the crystal plant or your spirit guides telling you things. Now, I'm not just clairvoyant, I do have clairsentience, which is being able to feel energy deeply. And one that's very rare for me, but I do have it, and it comes up sometimes, is clairaudience. I can hear my spirit guides talk to me in my mind, or I can hear spirit communicate with me mentally. But that's where my strongest psychic clair is clairvoyance. To be able to see things clearly or to see visions, images in my mind. But that's just energy. And we're all psychic in different ways. And some people, they don't necessarily, some people, they may live in a haunted house, but they don't see the spirit. They don't see the spirit in their mind's eye. They might feel its energy. They might feel that presence with them. They don't hear the spirit communicate with them, but they might feel it there with them. They might are clear knowing. They just know. They get a strong feeling deep inside. They just know that there's an otherworldly presence there. So when it comes to psychic clairs, that's energy as well. You've got clairvoyance, you've got clairsentience, you've got clairaudience, and then you've got clear knowing, and that's reading energy too. And when you're doing psychic development, and I'll talk about this in all things psychic, and when you're doing psychic development, it's like, when you do that psychic development, some people are very clairvoyant, so they're able to read imagery. So spirit communicates with them through imagery. A lot of clairvoyant people love imagery, are very photographic people. I'm very photographic. Some people, they're more into emotions, feelings, so they read energy that way. Some people, it's more, they can read energy through sound, through hearing spirit or strange noises. Some people, they read energy by intuition, by feeling things deeply and just knowing how things will unfold. But when it comes to spirituality or different religions and practices, we don't all agree. There's many things we don't agree on, and everyone's path, journey is different. Everyone's got their own beliefs, and each to their own. But one thing a lot of us as witches agree on, or spiritual people agree on, is everything's energy. Everything, the world is made out of energy. We are energy, and we are connected to all the energy that is in the universe. Because if you think about it, the creator, whatever the creator is for you, the creator created the moon, the stars, the sky, the planets, and then we are made out of stardust. And we are made out of the creator's energy. So we're connected to all that is. And if you think of the elements, our physical body represents the earth. So it's got that earth energy. The air we breathe represents air. The blood that runs through our body represents water. And then our aura, our life force energy, our mana represents fire. So we are connected to the four elements. We're connected to all that is. And everything in this world is energy. And the more we delve into spiritual practices, or you delve into witchcraft, or whatever your spiritual journey is, you learn to connect and work with different energies. And as a practice in which many of us are witches, we learn not only how to connect with energy, how to feel different energies and work, we also learn how to manipulate those energies, how to take the energy from this plant or crystal and then use that in our spell work and ritual work as well. And as always, as this is a philosophical video, as always, share my thoughts, my ideas, and share my knowledge with you. And as always, I hope it helps you in your spiritual path and journey. Until next time, stay safe, stay wise, walk your spiritual path with pride, and look after yourself. May meet, may part with again, blessed be.